Podcast, and I'm your host, Mr. Man. I'm with my guy Nate.
Hey, you know Nate the Great. You know how we do it, man. You know
Luka is definitely up there as far as guards. Well, I ain't gonna say trash.
Well, I'm saying as in like the whole system. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You know I'm your boy Nate. You know Mr. Man. He always gonna come on laughing. You know, say hey, you know we here to have a good time. Hey, what you? This guy. Oh, you gotta watch the highlights.
But I got to see you in the game, man. Because highlight tapes are just clips of
I'm
what
not a
you're
North
doing.
Carolina fan because obvious reasons they suck, right? But
North Carolina suck.
You know that's just
Hold up, son. Hold
up.
Yo. What it do, everyone? It's the Man and Man Sports Podcast, and I'm your host, Mr. Man, and I got my guy, Nate.
Now, you know how we do it, man. You know how we rock, man.
Fantasia.
You know, hey, man, I'm so excited to be back, man.
I'm excited to be back, too.
Hey, new year, same me. So, we gonna keep everything rocking, you know what I'm saying, 2024. This is the first show of 2024, man.
2024, man.
Hey, man, I know there's a lot that's been going on, and, we do a little recap of it, but, man, how was that? First, before we get to that, how was your off time, man? How was your holiday?
Before I even mention that, it's college football, national championship tonight, and I'm looking at Fantasia, and she still looks amazing. She's about to sing the national anthem. She is.
Well, you know what they say.
Hey.
And that's all I'm gonna say. Hey.
Go ahead, but no, I enjoyed my time off, man. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And when I said nothing, I mean absolutely nothing.
Okay. All right.
I said I was gonna go to the gun range and let off some rounds. Got up that morning, nothing. I said I'm gonna get up and clean up my house. Got up, nothing.
Okay. All right. Third time to tell.
But my baby girl, she her birthday was on the 19th of December. She turned 4 years old, man. So
okay, man.
I'm just
clap it up for her.
Yeah. I'm just happy to see my baby get older, smarter, wiser, more beautiful as ever.
Okay.
So I'm just
now you really got to go to the gun.
But what about you, man?
Oh man, I did a little traveling. I'm gonna travel and do a little bit. Went to Puerto Rico. Hung out with my fellow Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? We did a little bit, drank a little bit, got in the jacuzzi, watched the sunrise and sunset over the beautiful waters in Puerto Rico. I did not know it was the rum capital of the world.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know it.
I didn't know that either.
And maybe because I was intoxicated, but it's just one of those things. You kind of forget where you
get a rum
from.
cake or nothing like that?
Oh no, I got plenty of rum cake. I got some. Jose put me on game from work. Some what do they call it? Doquito.
What is that?
It's like coconut, like real coconut milk and coconut rum. Straight out the bottle. Like you don't need nothing else. Like I got a whole bunch of that at the house. Hey, as much as I could take on the plane that they would let me take, that's how much I bought. Cause it was everywhere.
Okay.
It was everywhere. But outside that, man, the views was lovely. The views was nice. The views was tan. The views was good. You know what I mean? But
we know he ain't talking about the landscape later.
The beach was lovely. The sand, I brought it home with me, right?
He ain't talking about the landscape.
But overall, man, it was nice. It was relaxing. Got to chill with people I know. You know what I mean? And just having a joyous time. That was my first time going there. We're gonna do more trips. And you know what I need to do? I need to take Man to Man with me. Every stop where I go.
You're supposed to be doing that anyway.
Well, sir, sometimes the liquor be calling, right? And you forget where you at. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. So wherever I go next, you know what I mean, I'm gonna make sure I bring a shirt, and then I'm gonna pinpoint it.
I want you to know, people don't believe me when I say this. We are already global, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
And we're already global. My uncle over there listening to us every night he get a chance. Over there in Germany.
Oh, in Germany?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
I didn't know. Is he our furthest listener, probably?
Yeah, he's probably the first listener as that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah, that I know of. But yeah, he's over there listening.
We'll clap it up for him. Yeah, clap it up for him, man.
Appreciate you,
all the way from Germany. Hey, I actually was talking to one of my homies. I gotta get over there, Germany too. I gotta get over. They say it's very lovely.
Oh, Germany's
They say in every way.
I was too young to appreciate it when I was younger, but it's definitely.
Oh, you was in Germany?
Yeah, my dad was in the military.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But anyway, real question. Since you talked up, you brought up the national championship. Who you got?
I don't want either one. But if since it's a national championship, I always had a fond love for Michigan. That was one of the first shirts and hats I bought when I was coming up. So I got a little love for them, and plus, I liked it. I liked when Michigan had Fab Five and then Charles Woodson. Okay. So I got a little love for Michigan, just a little bit.
Okay. So you going with Michigan?
I'm going with Michigan.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you who I'm going with. All right. I hate Michigan because Tom Brady went there, right? And I don't like Tom Brady because he beat my St. Louis Rams back in the day, the best show on turf.
Oh, he sounds just like my cousin.
But I love
like
this
my cousin Gerald.
I love this Phoenix guy, Phoenix Jr. Like he's
a baller. Yeah,
he's a baller. He's A1. He's a gamer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have players, sometimes you have backup. Sometimes you just have role players. But no, he's a gamer.
Yeah.
And after I said all that, I'm gonna go with Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Michigan. And it's a big thing for me because I always celebrate like people from my hometown.
Yeah.
The starting linebacker there, Michael Beard, number 23. Okay. He went to the same school I went to. Played ball at the same school I played ball at. So, he represents.
Let me since this is our first episode of the year, we kind of missed a little bit because of the holidays.
Yeah, definitely.
So we didn't get a chance to talk about the college playoffs. So now that the college playoffs is going through, do you think it turned out the way it's supposed to?
No.
No.
I think everything else worked out how it's supposed to, except one thing.
What's that?
I think Georgia should have been in it.
You know what? After I agree with you 100%. But especially should have been that after Alabama lost. And I think sometimes the committee, I don't know what goes through their mind, but I think sometimes instead of just playing the absolute best team, there's a little bit of politicking in there.
Yep.
Even though Georgia lost to Alabama, they've been the best team for the last 3 years.
I'm old fashioned. You can't kick out a champion,
especially the last 2 years.
The last two, not even we ain't talking about just the last year, but the last two, the defendant. You gotta let them be able to defend their title.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody has beaten them like that. That's 3 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that accomplishment for 3 years.
Yeah.
You only lose maybe I think 2 games in 3 years.
One actually.
Oh, one?
It's just one.
Oh well. Even with that being said, like that's phenomenal. Like you're gonna have teams that don't show up. You're gonna have teams that you have to push the will to win. But that's the utmost consistency. That's like Alabama. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
You don't see that, and they won more than Alabama.
And they seem to find a way to put Alabama in there some kind of way.
I don't know. I
don't understand
I think Nick Saban be paying people.
But it's funny. It's funny how it played out because I'm gonna be. Oh boy, you gonna love when I say this. Oh Lord, you gonna love when I say this.
What you got?
Hold on, let me move a little bit because I know your head about to blow up a little bit.
Lord.
Hold on. I was.
Can you get it out?
Because I know if I start saying it, you're like, yeah, I know it. I went back and listened to some of our old episodes because I like to listen to how we sound on tape.
Yeah.
And we was talking about the college playoffs and how it's gonna play out. And there was some of the stuff on there that you said actually happened.
Hey,
and I was like, "Dang, God, this boy, he did pretty good. He did pretty good."
Sir.
See, ladies and gentlemen,
it's one of those things where I try to keep everything in perspective. So I just want you to know that, but I do appreciate that. 'Cause I knew that took a lot out of you. I knew that took almost all of the energy that you got left in you to say
deflated, boy.
Hey, but it is what it is. But I do feel like both the teams that's in there right now, I want to see them play better competition. And not to say the games wasn't good, but I just figured that Florida State, if Obody wouldn't have got hurt, he would have been in there.
Oh,
and then Georgia, they should have been in there.
Boy,
and then whoever wins out of that, I feel like, okay, all right, we good.
Let me ask this question. Well, the thing about that, I understood that was Florida State's way of protesting a little bit.
Oh, you talking about them not playing?
Yeah, they're not playing. That's a form of protest.
Yeah.
So do you think Georgia should have played some of their second people earlier?
I think at the end of the day, I get it, but I think at the end of the day, Georgia's second tier and third tier was gonna still be better. It was gonna I ain't gonna say it was gonna be a 63 to I ain't gonna say it's gonna be that type of blowout.
Yeah,
but it would have still been like maybe at least minimum a 2 touchdown favorite. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's just the SEC and their caliber of teams that they have is just so more prolific than everybody else.
Georgia? Well, hold on, excuse me. Well, Florida State even had a chance, or even if they guys
no. If they were fully healthy with track, they would have had a chance. But I think the third and fourth quarter would have showed the difference of depth. Yeah. Because you see right now that they didn't have any depth.
Hold on.
What?
What you got over there, man?
Oh.
I just hear the paper crumpling all over.
Looks like this guy, is he eating?
This is a snack cake.
Like, you didn't eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
I ain't have breakfast.
Bro, come.
This guy.
Just a paper jet.
Yeah, this is like, what's going on? But overall,
I got called into work this morning, so I ate it.
Overall, I do think how everything worked out, I think it was a disservice to us. But I am excited for next year.
Okay.
Next year, they open it up to, I think it's 18. I think it's gonna be. I forgot. It's
18s or 12?
Yeah. It's no. It's gonna be 12 to 16 teams.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're gonna open it up so where Georgia would have been in if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be great to see that. The only thing about it is those first games. Some of the first games are gonna be blowouts because it's gonna be like your 12th, 13th getting in.
Well, I know it was a while back in one of our older episodes, we talked about the landscape of college football.
Yeah.
Now, the talent is a lot more spread out. There's so much talent now. There's not a lot of talent going to one team to be dominant.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a dynamic in college football to where if you really look at it, teams, if they play smart, anybody can win on any given day, right?
Oh, yeah.
So expanding the college playoffs, what do you think will be, the staple in making sure that everybody who gets a fair chance to get in? Is it going to be all undefeated teams, or what will be the criteria?
I think first criteria, all 4 championship teams from conferences will get in. So, not 4, but you know what I mean. All conference,
all
titles,
major conferences. Yeah,
their teams will get in.
Right.
So now you're not leaving teams out. You know what I'm saying? Because really, to be honest, I count Texas as an SEC team because they're gonna be in the SEC.
Yeah, they move.
Yeah. So, but all major conferences will get in. All your Power 5, and then you have opportunity for how. For instance, UCF, how they went on that run, undefeated. I think it'll give them more of a chance to actually get into the big game.
Well, but let me see. But I understand that may help those smaller schools, especially the ones that go undefeated. But do they really? Does expanding the playoff to those smaller teams or those teams that go undefeated really help the college playoffs? Because usually those smaller groups, their strength of schedule is not that great. They're not playing that great of talent as far as players. So is it worth it being in it just to say you have a chance at a national championship?
For them, yes, 100%, 110%. because you get the opportunity to see where you are. If you go and you get waxed, well, you know where you know where you ended at.
Right,
But
right.
at least it gives you somewhat light, to be able to look at. Okay, all right, we got a chance. We went up against a Power 5 or whatever, and voila, you know what I'm saying? This is where we at. This is where we need to improve.
Right.
Instead of them going 14-0, then they talk, oh well, we could have played so and so, we could have did this or whatever. It's all we could have, should have, right?
Right,
But
right.
now that we know, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now we got an answer to that. Now my biggest thing would be, how is the last 4 games are going to go? You know what I'm saying? Because you're starting to put that. I think there's more games on the schedule. Now, they might have something for it, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more games on the schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Michigan
like-
got. Oh my goodness! There you go, Michigan.
They literally ran the ball
First
every
score of the
single
game.
play. This might be a blowout.
Yeah, first score of the game.
Yeah, it might be a blowout. I
Nice run.
I'll be able to go home early. But yeah, so I think overall with the college football, I think it would fix it. Overall, I think now if you leave it at this, I think it's the best chance for you to know who the true top dog is.
Well, essentially,
Yeah.
you giving everybody who who feel like they deserve it a chance to win.
Yeah.
So I mean that's fair in that aspect. But I was just wondering, like, because teams, like I say, when you talk about UCF or those smaller schools, they're not like an Alabama or a Georgia. So the talent, of course, naturally the talent is not going to be as good. However, that
They have years.
yeah, you just never know, because they can have a bad game and turnover or two can change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it, you might have a team come in that might have a big head.
Yeah.
And now you able to capitalize off of their mistakes because of what you do.
Yeah.
And you have everybody. I'm gonna tell you this, Mr. Man. When you have the most talented team doesn't always win.
That's a fact.
And when you have a team, and I repeat, a team, clicking on all cylinders and everybody doing what they're supposed to do, and nobody missing blocks and the audibles being called and quarterback know where he's going, you got his hot read, and the wide receiver's running the correct route, the running back is pass blocking. Like, when you have a pure team and everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, that's scary. Because that team can catch fire. And once they play inspired football and catch fire, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
They get real streaky, so anybody can go down any day. So I'm actually looking forward to it, because I feel like now all our answers will be,
Yeah, well,
all our questions will be answered.
I got to see it happen, and for me to be like, okay, of course, first time for everything. When it happens, it might not go as smooth as they want it to go, but hopefully they can.
I think it'll be the best thing.
I mean, hopefully expanding it will be a good thing.
Coming from the BCS, where they just pick somebody to be in there.
Yeah.
And then, you got the college football playoff that just started. I think this is the best thing they could have ever come up with, because now you're letting the teams duel it out for the position.
Right.
Instead of these guys sitting in these executive positions, pondering about if they like a team or they don't like a team, putting people in a position.
Well, I think, this is just my opinion, I think if a team goes undefeated, you should get in anyway. I mean, because to go undefeated, that means you have to go every single day. You getting everybody's best shot. You know what I'm saying? So you deserve, to some degree, to get in. So that's why I feel like Florida State should have been able to get in, regardless of what the committee feels like. And I think expanding the playoff teams will give teams like that an opportunity.
Yeah, and they would have been in, right?
Yeah.
This year it wouldn't have been they would have been in, nobody would have sat out or whatever. But do you think this is going to affect college football going forward? Because now there's different negatives now. The first negative is you're not letting everybody get in, right? Now you're letting everybody get in. The teams that don't get in, now the guys and their top tier guys are either opting in for the draft or are entering the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you try to balance it, but it's always going to be something. So you kind of like try to do the best you can with it. And I think at the end of the day, that's going to be about the best you can do.
Well, I don't know. I just think that the expanding will help to a degree. But now, I guess it's really gonna have to depend on how they do the seeding. Will they do the seeding 1 through 8, or they just gonna do like based on position?
The college football ranking has always been different than the regular ranking.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
So, you got the coaches poll, you got regular ranking, and you got college football ranking.
That's what I'm saying.
So the college football ranking, seeding wise, it's gonna be like
1 through 8.
Yeah, so like 1 would be playing 8.
Yeah.
And 2 likewise.
Yeah, right. So, but it's gonna be based on the team's wins and losses. Is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Like, and well, not really, because if you it's gonna be based off this ranking.
Well, see, this is the reason I'm asking because Georgia was 1 or 2 before they lost to Alabama.
It was 1.
They was 1. So when they lost to Alabama, they dropped 4 spots to 5.
No.
Right? Or was it 4?
No. It was 6.
They went to 6.
Yeah.
So
they dropped from 1 to 6.
So that's my point. So what makes them drop 1 game in 3 years from 1 to 6?
I don't know. I feel like if it was Alabama, they wouldn't drop that far. But that's just me.
Well, that's my point. So I guess
now you get rid of that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you have to.
Now you get rid of that.
Man, look, going from Michigan, we're talking about college football, and there's a lot more stuff that we missed. And we want to kind of recap a little bit.
Yeah.
Switching gears a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm finna go. I don't know if you know if I'm finna go.
What? Michael Jordan not the GOAT? Hey, y'all ain't see that when the producers turned his head like, what did he just say?
Yeah, exactly. You said something about a goat.
My fondness for Michael Jordan will never ever let me say he's not the GOAT.
All right, what you about to say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off.
The situation with Draymond Green.
Well, from what I've seen, he's about to retire, and I think that's all good and dandy. And now he might be lying, like he might just say that it's out of frustration. I don't know because he just signed a contract, but I think what people have been saying is starting to become true. With all his, 'cause at first I was on his team. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well,
I hate to cut you off.
Yeah.
To that point, a lot of people were on his side, but this is the thing. And people were defending like, oh, he didn't hit him on purpose, and he just listen. Regardless of the fact, you can still be wrong as a person and love them, right?
Yeah.
You can still support somebody, but you still got to be able to correct them. He was wrong. Point blank.
Yeah, he was wrong in all of them, really.
But this is the thing. What people are defending just because you're a fan. You can be a fan and still, hey, look, you was wrong. But this is the thing. I'm not even putting the blame on him.
Yeah.
I put the blame on the Golden State Warriors franchise.
Yeah.
The reason why, and people are going to hate me or dislike me, but I don't care. This is my podcast.
Go ahead. Say your thing. Say your thing. As long as you talking about Michael Jordan, you good.
NJ, you my dog forever. But I blame the Golden State Warriors franchise because of the simple fact when the behavior started showing, they didn't correct it. They might have said something behind closed doors. I don't know. They may have. But the simple fact that it has continued, they ain't say enough. You know what I mean? They didn't put it.
I think it was a part of what he brought to the table.
But you can still be that way. Control. You can still do what you need to do and without all the antics. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
the antics was him though. That's the thing. You take the antics away, then
you can still be like, okay, I'm gonna get this rebound and I'm gonna block out and be aggressive and celebrate. But you ain't got to be like, I'm gonna hit this man across the head to celebrate.
I think his game started to evolve into just aggression, and I think that was the problem. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I think because it was every other game he was doing something. You know what I mean? Like now it's like, okay, all right, this is getting out of hand. If he would have did that 1 out of 30 games, they still would have kept him. They
Let me tell you something that I pay attention to body language and mannerisms and things of that nature.
All right, go ahead.
Draymond, anytime something took place that Draymond Green was passionate about, he would, if a reporter questioned him or challenged him or anything like that, he would be boisterous and he would look those people in their eyes and say what he needed to say. When that interview took place, after that incident, he barely had his head up. He barely was looking anybody in his eyes. To me, that's a sign of guilt.
I mean, he was guilty for all of it.
But I'm just saying, he that was a different Draymond Green. And what made me upset was instead of justifying it, instead of saying, okay, I take responsibility, this was me, I shouldn't have done that. He tried to justify what he did. And that wasn't, if you look at the video, that's not what he did. Oh, I just flared my arms and he just happened to be behind. You flared your arms and with the intent of hitting this man, trying to make it look like he was just in the way. And then I just own up to it, man. But like I say, Golden State as a franchise, Steve Kerr as a head coach, allowed this behavior to go on, and he felt comfortable. When he was get thrown out the game, what did he do? Instead of leaving in the time it mattered, he's playing to the crowd, yelling, fussing, dapping up his teammates. You're supposed to leave the court when you get thrown out the game. So you know what I'm saying? So those are the kind of things that the Golden State Warriors as a franchise allowed him to do that he got comfortable with because nobody checked him.
Yeah.
And I just think that's their fault. That's their fault.
Well, you know, I think at the end of the day, and I was trying to find a report with them, but I think at the end of the day, the team was playing more.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I know we doing this recording live right now, and I know people won't be looking at what we looking at, but it's daggone Mayhem commercial.
Oh, you talking about Allstate? Yeah, Allstate. They be
Mayhem
doing
crazy.
And you know they coming out with new commercials just because it's college football.
College football, but man.
Yeah, they be doing the most.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Doing Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
But I think it's kind of like playing. I ain't gonna say devil's advocate, but it's like you knew what you was dealing with.
Yeah.
And when you play with fire and get burnt, that's kind of what that was. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think he's at the end of his career anyway. So I think
they definitely don't tell him.
I think they gave him that contract to kind of pacify him for now, and then kind of move forward from there. But it is what it is. We'll kind of, we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah. I think the first couple games he'll be all right, and then after that he'll kind of he'll flow back into what he been doing. You know what I'm saying?
With that being said, will he be enough for the Golden State Warriors to recover?
They suck. Now, I will say this.
That experiment with Chris Paul ain't working.
Nah, I will say this, though. Since we're talking about it. Ja Morant, I know I've been kind of on him, from previous podcasts.
Please give him his props.
But he been doing pretty good.
I thank you very much.
He got to stay out of trouble.
Thank you. He does need to stay out of trouble, but thank you very much. They've been a different team.
I want to publicize that.
They've been a different team since he's been back.
Oh yeah, they've been a totally different team. They've been middle of the row type team.
Oh, they've been down in the dumps until he came back. They
were suffering. I don't know if they're gonna be able to recover from that.
That's a big hole to come out of. And I mean, he's good, but I don't know if he's that good enough to bring them out of that hole. That's the big hole they started off in. I know we're talking about the NBA, and as much as I love this team, I ain't never seen them struggle like this with a major superstar.
The Lakers?
Yes. Why they struggling so much, man?
The bench.
That's the same bench they got acquired at the end of the year last year.
The bench. Well, just because they got them, but the bench and the role players you got to put out an APB on them. They haven't been. One, they haven't been consistent, and they've been missing wide open shots. It's a make or miss league. You got to make shots. Wow. And And LeBron and AD has actually been playing well the whole season, but they haven't had any help. And this is one of the few times that you have that, because usually you'll get on to the actual stars or whatever to kind of see kind of what's going on. But in this case, AD done had plenty of 40-point games. LeBron done had plenty of 30-point games. Do you see that dunk on on Paul?
I seen it.
Man,
I seen it.
He's 39. Like like come on, man. Like what else do you expect from? But I just think they will make some trades at the trade deadline, and I think they'll do some retraction.
I don't know if trades gonna help him right now, man.
Oh, if one thing I will say, if you haven't watched LeBron throughout his whole career, they gonna make some trades.
They may make trades, but I don't know if trades are gonna help him because I don't understand how you have. I mean, I understand they had some injuries. Vanderbilt just not coming back, and I think Rui been hurt because he had a broken nose or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put Austin Reeves to the bench because he has better production.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's some things and there's some obstacles that they're overcoming. However, with the star caliber guys that they have and the run that they made last year, the expectation of them going to the next level was greater, and they just came out the box struggling. Now they won the in-season tournament, but after that,
I'm about to say they didn't really. The first maybe 12 games they looked at like we thought they would look. I think the last 9-10 games is what's been the problem.
well,
The stretch they've been.
even before they won the in-season tournament, but after that, I think they only won like 3 of the next 12 games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but like once again, the caliber players that they have and the caliber, situation that they have last year going when they made those trades and made the run, you would like say the expectations would be okay. We're gonna run the West a little bit, but it just it hasn't translated to that. And I think I do agree that they rely on LeBron James and AD a little bit too much. And I think Darvin Ham he's trying to find the right lineup. And I know it's hard to do when people in or out with injuries and stuff like that. But you're losing your 8 out of 10 games, 9 out of that's just not not the standard.
The only bright spot they had where they beat the Clippers was the Clippers had, I think they had like a 4-game win streak. Yeah, I think they had one like maybe 11 out of 12. They starting to find their footing.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? With James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kawhi, which Kawhi has played every game this year. I did not know that. So that's something that they got Ty Lue, so Ty Lue gonna be, Ty Lue gonna be Ty Lue. But overall, who do you got that's the top 3 teams in the NBA right now?
I'm telling you, man. Look, I said this before, and they may not even translate to the playoffs because every young team that does well in the regular season doesn't necessarily translate to the playoffs. But I'm really liking this Minnesota Timberwolves team. They are balling. Anthony Edwards is coming into his own. The team is playing great. I'm still rocking with the defending champions, and I hate to even say it because they are a rivalry of my Lakers, but them Boston Celtics. Okay. The Boston Celtics. Those are the top 3 teams that I really enjoy watching right now.
I mean, that's cool. That's all cool. I was just saying if you was gonna change it up from last time. That's all. I was just testing you. That was it. I feel like
ever test me.
Yeah, this guy. I feel like with all that being said, I think overall that those 3 teams are solid right now, but I just need to see what these teams look like after the break, after the All-Star break, which I think is in Indiana. Wait, All-Star game in Indiana?
Yeah, it's in Indiana this year.
Yeah. So I just need to see kind of what these teams gonna look like, so I can get a better look, because a lot of teams are changing and a lot of teams are going here and there. But with that being said, y'all, hey, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe.
It's good to be back.
Hey, it's 2024. We're going to have some wild things coming up. I'm trying to tell you this now. We're going to have some wild things coming up.
Man to man.
So make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all share, like, tell your grandmother,
subscribe,
your granddaddy, your uncle, auntie,
YouTube,
mother,
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
your stepmama, your cousin, your ex, your baby mama. Tell all of them. Share it all. You know what I mean? Hey, but we out. Hey, make sure y'all tune in. We back.
Man to man.
Yo, it's the Man to Man Sports Podcast. Y'all know how we coming. You know who I am. Nate, the one and the only. What you doing over there, man?
I'm looking over my playoff picks.
Nah, he looking at his chances to try to beat me in a debate, and they are 0. It's red over there. You get it? Red.
If y'all been watching, y'all know that's a lie.
Here we go. And it's looking like, because we live watching the game at the same time. It's looking like if Washington can't stop Michigan run game, it look like it's gonna be a long game for them, and it look like it might be a blowout by at least 2 touchdowns. I'd probably say 3 possession game, to be honest, because they ain't looking too good. What you think, Mr. Man?
I picked Michigan from the and I think if they keep running the ball like that, and then they can pick the ball like they've been doing, I think it's gonna be a good win for Michigan.
I think at the end of the day, I think Michigan should have played Georgia in the championship. That's just me.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. It should have been Georgia, Michigan.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that I don't know. But since we own college football, I got one thing to bring by your attention. Colorado, the Buffaloes.
Prime time.
How would you grade his first season there?
It's a D, man.
And why you say D?
I'll give it a D.
Why you say D?
Well, I don't give it an F because they won more games than they did the prior year.
Yeah.
And I think Prime just he see what he working with.
Yeah.
I think he realized that the talent is different,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just a different. I don't know. I get right adjective. I guess the right. It's a different atmosphere. You're different with. Egos. You're dealing with. You're just dealing with so much more than you would with HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got a lot more activity going on. All the attention that you got coming over there, I'm pretty sure that play a part in what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You a lot of the attention coming on. So a lot of your time was probably spent with interviewing. A lot of time was spent with doing promotions.
Nah, he was doing a lot of promotions and stuff when he was at HBCU.
But I'm just saying this is
more.
Yeah, bigger magnitude. You know what I'm saying? He's more in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much more going on. So many moving pieces going on. I think that played a part into it.
Do you think he's still the right man for the job?
Year 2 will tell.
Year 2 will tell.
Year 2 will tell.
I think I would go far to say he would have a winning record year 2.
You think so?
Yeah. I think he was finished at least 500, or they would have a winning record.
Well, let the record be known that regardless of what Primetime do, I'm supporting them regardless.
Well, I'm gonna say this: the program is up from where it's been.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? So you can't say he didn't come in and do what he needed to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. As I look here, number 0 made a nice tackle because he missed one in the first half. Mm-hmm. But he did what he needed to do. He revived the program, but now he's got to take the next step.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think with that being said, I think he'll be okay with the recruits coming in and the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. I think he'll be fine. I think they came out hot, though.
Yeah, they definitely did.
They came out hot. Everybody was on them like, white don't rise.
They definitely did.
But I think reality started to kick in after a while. Mm-hmm. And then now he's like, okay, all right, who I got, who I'm with, who's working for me, who's doing what, and kind of going from there.
Well, the defense is what I think they had the problems the most.
Yeah, because the offense scored
Yeah,
points
they
for the
definitely
most part.
scoring
They had
points.
maybe 1 or 2 games where they wasn't too pretty, but yeah, the defense needs a lot of work.
Yeah, defense did a lot of work, and I think
The line of scrimmage needs a lot of work.
line scrimmage,
The O line and the D line needs a lot of work.
a lot of work. Remember, like hopefully the recruiting class will help that out. But you, like I say, you really won't know until you get all your personnel in there and you revamp everything. But I think he has an idea. Oh, Michigan got another big run. That I'm telling you, that's what's going to be that's going to be Washington's problem. If they cannot stop that run,
That goes back to conference, though. That goes back to conference.
yeah,
I'm telling you, that goes back to conference. When you're not playing people in and out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they played Texas at one time, but in the SEC, you play people that run the ball all the time, in and out. So you're more prepared for it. You get ready for one game, but the consistency of playing
Yeah.
that over and over and over again. And Michigan is, I feel like they need to be there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like their team is a very, very hard-nosed team.
Well, I mean, when you think about what they've been accomplishing over the last several years, they always been in the talk. The conversation of making to the national championship. But now they finally got over that hump, and here's the opportunity. And I think it's going to answer a lot of questions. Now the question will be here going forward, will it be consistent? Will they be a repeat team? Are they good enough to be a repeat team? Is the recruiting class going to be as good as the other dominant?
Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan.
No.
Was it that? See, that's what I'm saying. So that it's good for them to win if they win tonight. But will they continue on past this point?
No. I tell you now. You don't even have to say anymore. Waste your breath. No, they won't. They won't make it back next year. I can tell you that. That's simple as that. They'll keep that the way it is. But I do feel like this. I think college football is heading in the right direction.
Definitely.
I think there's more parity. You know what I mean? There's a lot more. People are catching up to the Alabamas and Georgias of the world.
Yeah.
Now Georgia,
I do like that.
Georgia is. I still would say, even with the loss, I still say they're the number one.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Like organization.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Like I think the second. I would say probably Kirby Smart. Second year they was coming for Alabama. Then he won the two national championships. Now it's like just because they lost doesn't mean. Now I want y'all to take this lightly. Just because they lost to Alabama doesn't mean that Alabama has the best organization. You know what I mean? Like Georgia's coming. I think them and Alabama is like right there. You know what I mean? I think it's close, but I do think Georgia has the edge overall. Just because Alabama was the most improved team, but if Alabama would have played Georgia in the beginning of the year, I think it would have been a blowout.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you something about Alabama that I really noticed. That I think.
The coaching is nice.
Well, I think Nick Saban is very smart about if there's a weakness in it, whether it's the receiver or the quarterback, he found a way to play on their strengths. Now we knew what's the gentleman's name? The quarterback, Monroe. We knew that he can throw the ball, but he can't really throw the ball. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't a consistent pocket
Right.
passing quarterback.
So basically, Alabama just put him in the right position to where he can make plays. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's what made Alabama win those games they won. You know what I mean? So that's what Nick Saban is good at. That he can get his guys in a position to where they can make plays and get good wins. Yeah. And I think I don't think nobody does it better than him when it comes to that. He just plays to the young man's strength, and that's what they did. But that was a bad call at the end of the game, in the overtime game, for him to run the ball.
Was it a bad call?
I think it was.
Did you look at the replay like that? Did you look at the actual camera top view of what the call was being made? It actually was an RPO. So it was a run pass option. The only reason he ran, and I'm assuming, I know they ain't gonna, pretty much say what happened, but the guard pulled. So he didn't even run where he was supposed to run, but it was a bad snap by the center.
Well,
The center snapped it low, so he took his eyes off of what was going on, and he kind of just went up the middle. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where everything needed to go right so he can read what's going on. Because if you look at the play, the guy that was motioning and went all the way across the field, that was running like a bubble. You know what I mean? He was supposed to throw it there because it was pretty much they were outnumbered for the most part. You know what I mean? Like there was 2 wide receivers, 2 cornerbacks in him.
But when I say a bad play, that's what I was trying to say. That's the snap and all that stuff made it a bad play.
Well, you should have said that, sir.
Well,
you got to expound on that. You didn't expound on it. So
if I could get a word in without being cut off.
Word.
But go
Get
ahead.
it in.
Go ahead.
Get it in.
Go ahead.
Get it in,
Go ahead
sir.
and speak for me.
Go ahead,
Speak for me.
So what running man was saying that he didn't really know what he was talking about.
Go ahead and
so
speak
he
for
needed
me.
me to inform y'all on what was going on.
It was still a bad play because the simple fact of the matter is, you know why?
Yeah.
Didn't they had 2 bad snaps before then? With him losing the ball?
So was it a bad play or
Yeah, it was a bad play.
or the center didn't do his job? Because you got to snap the ball every down.
It's still a bad play.
You got to say hut the snapping.
It's still a bad play.
So how's the bad play?
It's a bad play.
How's the bad play? Break it down to me.
'Cause
I just broke the whole play down.
You broke the whole play down without me finishing what I was saying. Because my point in the matter is that he should have been under center.
What yard line was he on?
He still should have been under center.
The point that you
He still should have been under center.
See, that's what I'm saying right now. See, people,
He still should have been under center.
See, people, when I'm talking from a substance of education on the whole matter that is going on. Mr. Mann wasn't informed on what the location was, where he was at, why he would take it up under center, and I don't even know. Do you even know what an RPO is?
You just told me.
Even though I just told him, he still doesn't know what an RPO is. So my thing is this. You know what I mean? The play, the guy we just went over, Milroe is not a pocket passer. So why would he put him in a pocket passing type of situation? He put him in an RPO because he's more of a dual threat quarterback. So RPO means run pass option, right? So I'm telling you that he had multiple options that he can choose from, but he can't help that the ball snapped low. That's not a bad play. That's just bad. Say it with me now. You ready? You ready? You ready? Are you ready, sir? You ready, Mr. Man? Come on. You ready? Say it with me now. Come on. Don't be sitting over there looking like that. That was just.
I'm letting him see because I'm not even paying attention.
Hold on. First of all, that was bad. It was bad execution by the center.
That's what I'm trying to say. If I could get a word in,
you said bad play.
That's what I was trying to say. If I could get a word in,
you said bad play.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, man. Say what you got to say.
I ain't got nothing to say. Since you know everything,
no.
You can predict the future by what I'm gonna say. Go ahead. Just go ahead and finish.
I'm just saying. Go
ahead and finish.
Go ahead.
Just go ahead and finish.
Go ahead. Like because my
that's what I was trying to say.
Okay. Say it then.
No, I ain't got nothing to say. You already know what I'm about to say. Go ahead and finish what I'm about to say.
Michael Jordan suck.
Good, Christian's alive.
Oh, look at that. Hey, well, I'm about to.
Dang, if I could daggone
LeBron James the greatest.
If I could finish the statement.
I give him that every time. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I ain't got nothing to say, man.
No. Go ahead.
You know everything in college football, man.
No, I'm just saying.
You know everything about college football.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So what? So break that last play down. And
I ain't got to break nothing else
down. Break it down.
No, I ain't breaking nothing down.
You just when
it was a bad play, man. All the way around.
Corner. Go ahead.
A play starts when the ball hike. You're right. But that's part of the play when he hiked the ball. Okay, then. So it's a bad play.
So
good gracious, alive, man.
So so bad execution by the center and bad play the same thing.
Yes, because it's a part of the play. Execution is part of the play, right? So it's a bad play.
How? Okay, this is my
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
This is my thing, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, I may not know everything, but I know what I want to say. Hey. And if I can get the word out without getting interrupted, y'all can hear what I got to say. Good gracious alive.
Hey, got it going. Hey, it's okay, Mr. Man. It's okay.
Go ahead, man.
We all knew that you didn't know what you was
Go ahead,
say.
Man.
So we all knew that.
Go ahead,
man. It's fine. It's lovely. So bad execution, bad play, two different things. Because you can have the greatest. You can have
part of the play.
You can have a great play, and the guy could be wide open, but the quarterback short arms the ball. That's bad execution, right?
That's still part of the play.
I believe in Ron's defense here, I think it is the same thing because it's all one play. Even if the center screws up the height, the stuff of the ball, quarterback misses or something happened, then yeah, it's all in the same sequence.
Okay, all right. So the producer don't know what you're talking about either. So, this is my thing. All right, I see what they're trying to say. They're trying to put all this together. They're trying to team up on me. But you know what? I'm a loner. All right, Texas Lone Ranger right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you this. There's a difference between bad play. Bad play means he picked the play.
Because,
he ran.
No.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. So if he was to run a quarterback sneak from the 20-yard line, everybody gonna be looking like that is the worst play call known to man.
That'll be a bad play.
That's a bad play.
But that's not the point.
In this case,
that's not the point.
Now, if you go up 19 yards from the 1-yard line and he runs a quarterback sneak, ain't nobody gonna be like, "Oh, that's a bad play." And what I'm saying is, this wasn't a bad play. It was a bad execution.
That is the play. Because guess what? Wouldn't it be the same thing? The opposite has to be true, right? So if he would have made a play and got a touchdown, everybody would say, "Oh, he made a play," right? Regardless of the execution, because it's part of the play. So that don't make sense.
Because
if he's dropped the ball like he did and he still was able to grab it and make a play and got a touchdown, everybody said, "Oh, what a major play!"
No, he made a play.
Part of the game execution.
Well, I'm saying this right here.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's
two different things.
Whatever you was trying to say, that wasn't the point I was trying to make before you rudely interrupted me for the third time.
What you was trying to say?
I was trying to say it was a bad play because of what happened earlier.
Execution.
Execution, which is part of the play.
Okay,
it was a bad opportunity.
Tap your fingers a little bit
Listen to what I'm trying. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Because prior to that bad snap, he already had a bad snap.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is the part of the execution should have been the ball. They should have had the ball should have been dry. The guy should have been paying attention to when the ball snapped. All that is part of the play, which was the point I was trying to make. But since you already predicted the future, what I'm about to say, finish my point for me.
That bad execution is different from a bad play. That's your point. I just made it for you.
That ain't my point.
So
that's part of the play.
Because
like I said, if he would have scored a touchdown, regardless of the bad snap, then we would have talked about the same thing. We would have talked about something totally opposite. But it would have still have been a play.
So you saying that was a great play call?
I didn't say it was a break play call.
Lord
I didn't say anything about that.
Lichtenstein. What was that?
I didn't say anything about it being a bad play call.
Hey, so all right, we'll break it down to this then. So what do you think about the call? The call that
we going back to this.
We're
going back.
No.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
See, you're doing it again. You're doing it again.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Regardless of that's the point I was trying to make before you really interrupt me for the fourth time. Regardless of the play call, it was still part of the execution because of the simple fact that he missed up the play earlier. And if that was the case, if the ball was slippery or whatever the case may be, they should have been making sure that the ball was dry or whatever the case, so it wouldn't happen again. But it happened again right behind each other.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna break it down even further. Right.
I ain't talking about the play itself.
No.
You talking about the play itself. You don't know about RPO. I ain't even talking about that.
I'm saying as in, all right. So this is the question. What is your analysis on the play that was called? From coaches to the players.
But
what is your analysis?
That's how I'm trying to tell you. I'm not even talking about that.
Well, I'm asking.
I don't care about that because that's not the point I wasn't trying to make.
He in his feelings, y'all.
I'm not in my feelings, but you ain't even paying attention.
He in his feelings.
See, this is what he do on this podcast. Listen. This is what he trying to do on this podcast. This is what he trying to do, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all even watch, instead of trying to talk about the specific things that I'm trying to talk about, he tries to embarrass me on my podcast. That's what he does.
No,
that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Now, has he even addressed anything that I said? What has he said this whole time? He's talking, oh, do you know what RPO is? I ain't talking about the RPO.
10 fingers up.
Then let's be real.
What?
Let's be real. That's what the conversation, that's what I'm trying to point out to you.
You was trying to say that bad execution and a bad play.
It's part of the play. It's the same thing.
Together.
It's all together.
And I was saying, if you break it down, it's not the same thing.
It is the same thing because you specifically talking about the RPO, the call itself. I'm not even talking about that. That's what I wasn't even trying to mention. It's a bad play because of the simple fact of the matter is they wasn't able to execute it. This is a bad play.
But where I was going was, what is one thing you got to do every offensive possession? What is one thing you always got to do?
You tell me.
No. I want you to answer.
You tell me.
I'm about to back you down now.
You better tell me.
Hey, what is one thing you got to do every offensive possession?
Of course, hike the ball.
Okay, then. So if he just messed up,
is that a play? Is that the play?
Hey, if he
don't you gotta hike the ball to play the game?
So if he messed up hiking the ball on every possession, you gonna call all on bad plays?
They are bad plays. If you
gonna call all on bad plays?
They are bad plays.
Or are you gonna say
they all gonna be bad plays? It's all bad plays. All bad plays. But you speaking of a hypothetical that's never gonna happen. Nobody's gonna miss up a snap every single game. That don't make sense. We talking about one specific game.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Nobody does that.
Comment below. How many times the Alabama center has messed up a
specifically
snap?
Every single play.
Google it.
Every single play.
Chuck, Google me.
Every single play.
Google it.
I said every single play.
Google it.
Every single play.
It's been more than
so how many games they played? So how many games they played today? This year?
Oh, well, they ain't playing nothing today.
How many games they played this year?
They ain't playing.
How many games they played this year?
How many you think?
How many games they played this year?
That don't even have nothing to do with the question.
No, yeah, it is the question because I specifically said every play.
Have nothing to do with the question.
You said hypothetically every single snap. So I said that doesn't happen every single snap. So now you're trying to question what I said. I didn't say that.
I said because you was like that doesn't happen every single snap.
It doesn't.
And I'm saying that to that center, it has happened
every single snap.
No, it has happened a bunch. It has happened a bunch.
I said every single snap.
But I also
semantics, man.
But I also said
semantics.
All those plays that he messed up hiking the ball because he did that. Go on the Alabama U pages or whatever you want to call it, fan pages or whatever. They will tell you. Because he's transferring out. Because that center is in the transfer portal as we speak right now.
He messed up on purpose?
I ain't saying he messed up on purpose, but I'm saying it's been something frequent throughout the whole year. And Milroe been making him look good. See, and that's what I'm saying. See, I speak that's about... Hey, see, I am the man of the people. You know, I just want y'all to know that I am the man of the people.
Look.
And I just want y'all to know these are facts that I'm spitting right now. That center has probably had 4 to 5 mishaps per game this year. That is something that is not new. So you gonna call all those plays bad plays.
So with that being said, if that's the case, if that produces a player that's doing that, they should have been replacing them.
Hold on.
They should have been replacing them.
No, we ain't gonna even go to that. Yet.
Okay, so
all right, so So all those plays that was bad plays. All those plays that he messed up the snap.
If you say if he messed up that much, according to you, I'm asking you a question. If he messed up that many times in those many games, he should have been in the game. Especially when you get ready to play for the national championship. That don't make sense.
Semantics.
That is semantics. You trying to point that out?
No, you. Because you ain't gonna answer the question direct. Because you don't want to say, oh yeah. All of those are bad plays because all of them wasn't.
So,
mic is down. Drop the mic. Cat Williams, I'm out of here. Drop it just like that. I dropped it like it was hot. You got nothing to say. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine.
Execution is a part of the play, and if the play did not work, then yes, it's bad.
It's fine. It's okay.
If the play did not work, then yes, it's bad. That's including the snap.
I just had to
so it's a bad play.
I had to reach down for all of humanity right there and pull it right back up.
If anybody would tell you that execution, as far as a snap, is not a part of the play, then everybody need to be slapped, including you. Okay. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
No. You see, you
said
trying to twist it.
No, you said hacking the ball is part of the play.
No, you trying to twist it.
So hacking the ball is not part of the play?
No, you trying to twist it.
No, I ain't trying to twist nothing.
You trying to call every mis-execution or bad execution.
No, that's what you try. That's what you try to get me to say.
No, that's what
you try to get me to say.
That's what you saying.
No, that's what you try to get me to say because you trying to bring the point out that he made 4 or 5 bad plays every game. That's how he snapped the ball.
Oh, you said what? He made bad plays.
No, that's what you said. No,
you just said that.
Listen to what I see. Now we get into semantics. You try to get me to say that because he made 4 or 5 bad snaps. That's what you're trying to get me to say.
You a grown man. I can't get you to say
nothing. No, that's what you're trying to do. That's what you're trying to do.
I can't get you to say nothing.
That's what you're trying to do.
And you know, it's fine, Mr. Man. You know,
it ain't fine.
Okay. It's
look,
we start this and we have the same result. You know what that result is? Me winning.
That you don't know what the hell you talking about.
No, I do. I do.
Because you go
watch.
Because you go into semantics.
All right.
Because you go into semantics instead of sticking with the facts.
We'll get the fans involved. Right?
Get them involved.
We're gonna get them involved.
I don't care what the damn say either. I don't care what none of y'all say.
I don't care what none of y'all say. He making it worse on himself.
I don't care. I don't care.
He making it worse on himself.
Matter of fact, they can play it 3,000 times. All every day of the year. 4 or 5 snap that bad times. I don't care.
Hey, fans, comment down below.
Comment down below.
If I'm right, if I'm right, put Team Nate. All right, you know, because we're gonna say if he right, because he ain't even right. So we ain't gonna even put that. So make sure y'all comment down below.
I don't care.
And y'all,
I ain't supposed to kill.
Hey, if y'all got questions,
y'all ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
If y'all got questions about that last offensive snap for Alabama, let us know. What are your thoughts on it? Like, share, repeat. Hey, we out of here. You gonna say something to him, Mr. Mick?
I don't care about none of y'all. What y'all talking about? I promise y'all don't.
Hey, him mad.
Y'all come at me.
Mad.
I want y'all.
Mad as him.
Look, I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get my likes and follows and shares up. Get me paid.
Hey, him is mad.
But I don't get.
You can't be mad about it being the wrong situation.
I got a headache now.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm right. Hey, make sure you like, share, Facebook, Instagram,
subscribe,
TikTok,
follow, share.
Hey, keep up with us, man. We got a lot coming up, man. Hey, we out.
What's going on, everyone? This is Mr. Man with the Man to Man Sports Podcast. I'm with my guy Nate, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in this episode, the first episode of January of 2024. Man, we're looking to do great things this year, but we can't do it without you all, so we appreciate it, man. Continue to like, follow, share, subscribe on all social media networks, and we looking to do it all over again next week. Man to Man.
Yo, we out.
Follow the Man and Man Sports Podcast on our social media platforms. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Like, share, and subscribe.